WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 11.
We're less than a week away from the planned implementation of automotive tariffs, and experts warn they will have a blunt impact across Michigan's largest industry. It's our top story at 11. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Sherry Jones has the night off. President Donald Trump plans to impose 25% tariffs on imports of cars and auto parts starting next Wednesday. His goal, to boost manufacturing in America. But as Gino Vici reports tonight, the tax will increase the price of cars, repairs, and even insurance.
Automotive experts have been sounding the alarm about the impact tariffs will have on the industry.
Components and other parts.
All of the automakers in the U.S. are faced with supply chain disruption with tariffs, the cost impact.
Jan Griffiths with Gravitas Detroit has been vocal about the impact of tariffs over the past several weeks. She believes the added cost will likely be passed on to the consumer.
They will have no choice but to pass a majority of the tariff impact on to the consumer.
And as far as how much the price of a vehicle could rise?
We've seen estimates ranging anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000 per vehicle.
While there is uncertainty about the cost impact, what is certain, the cost of vehicles and parts imported to the U.S. will certainly rise. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump, when signing the executive order, called the day tariffs go into effect on April 2nd, Liberation Day.
It's about making America great again, making it strong and prosperous again.
In St. Clair Shores, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Well, staying with the federal government, the Environmental Protection Agency is changing the rules for polluters to get around restrictions for dangerous chemicals like mercury, arsenic, and benzene. Right now, emission of those chemicals is regulated by the Clean Air Act. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin says those rules will stay in place, but the agency will set up an email box for companies to ask President Trump for presidential exemptions to the rules. Environmental groups have denounced the system, calling it a gift to the fossil fuel industry. Coal is one of the biggest culprits for this kind of airborne pollution. Well, turning to state politics, Republicans in the State House have introduced a bill designed to ban people from using federal food assistance money to buy soda. SNAP benefits are administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Under this bill, the state government would request a waiver to exclude soda pop from the list of foods that can be purchased using SNAP. If it is not granted, the state would have to keep requesting a waiver every year until it is granted. The bill was referred to the State House Committee on Health Policy. Another bill introduced today by Republican State Representative Steve Carra would make any official travel by the governor of Michigan subject to approval by the legislature. If this bill passes, any taxpayer-funded travel abroad would have to be approved by a majority of state lawmakers, along with the times, locations, and purpose of the travel. Every governor of Michigan travels to foreign countries to foster political, cultural, and economic connections with those governments. The bill has been referred to the Committee on Government Operations. And separately, a bipartisan bill was introduced in the State House today, making another attempt to name the black swallowtail as Michigan's official state butterfly. A similar effort fell short last year. State symbols like this are about more than just vanity. They can help a state stand out and market itself to potential new residents and businesses. The black swallowtail is also the official state butterfly of New Jersey and Oklahoma. There is a separate push to name the monarch as our state butterfly, but we would then be sharing it with at least half a dozen other states. The Letts Community Center hosted a resource fair tonight for people who need help with housing. The event was organized by the city itself, with resources available for first-time homebuyer assistance and eviction and foreclosure prevention. Officials say the fair included any organization with information to help people get and stay in a home.
We know that housing is a top concern for residents, and so we wanted to let them know that there are services available, that they can come here, they can call the city, they can call their local offices and find out what is available.
If you're in need of housing assistance, you can find links to help in the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com, or you can call the United Way by dialing 211. And from a resource fair to a blood drive, people showed up to Lansing Community College today to help save lives by donating their blood. The life-saving gift helps people battling cancer and other diseases, as well as premature babies, organ transplant recipients, and trauma victims.
We are hoping, of course, to get as much blood as we can. It sounds kind of ghoulish to some people, but blood is very life-giving and very necessary, and we're always short, and it's always important to give. Well, there are a lot of blood drives. I think the best way to find out would be to go on the website for the American Red Cross in Mid-Michigan and see where there's another blood drive.
And you can also schedule a donation time by calling 1-800-RED Cross. Officials say every 2 seconds someone in the U.S. needs blood, and one donation can help save more than one life.